done something that I've never done my whole life, and that's write a song. And it's just something I wanted to do.
I was finishing high school and I heard about it through a friend who's an artist, and just it sounded like a great opportunity. It sounded like my skills were perfect for it. You know, it's just hanging out with people and making music. It's, you know, it doesn't get much better. It was really lovely. It was like having 100 more grandparents, which was nice. Yeah, they're all easygoing and really lovely people. And obviously you have to adapt to certain people with disabilities as they get older. Like some people can't move much and some people can't talk, but I loved like getting the experiences and interacting with all these people.
My name is Charlie Farmer. I'm 32 years old and I've just spent the last 5 weeks at Rossitano House completing a creative residency in aged care.
We bring musicians who are under the age of 35, emerging to mid-career musicians, and give them the opportunity to undertake a full-time residency within an aged care facility. The musicians are paid, they're professionally engaged, and along the way they undertake a professional development series that supports them in this undertaking, and they're tasked with creating new music inspired by, in collaboration with, and in response to the older people who they get to know.
I love it. Okay, so maybe we could start from the start in the love song. When I'm talking to them, the things that stick out are the things that like move them, like things that are obviously very personal experiences, and they often will say a little line and I'll think, oh, actually I said that to them and I was like, that's it. With that line, we're going to turn that into a song. We're going to base it off that. And I like what you said about the, or so he says, with the love at first sight, like you go, love at first sight, so he says. I'd often come back from like an hour or two long conversation with someone and just write down everything that happened, and things would stick out to me and I'd start noodling on guitar with thinking about that. Or with Marilyn and John, for example, we would just sit down and start writing the song together, which was really fun, which is different.
One of the things that I didn't expect to experience was to meet someone whose brain processes music the same way as mine did.
The interesting thing about the 4 musicians that we had was that they each collaborated in different ways. So Samuel Stutchbury, who's a classical composer, a young classical composer, he was drawn to people who had musical backgrounds.
So the best bit of feedback I got was from Joan Costa's children, and they were talking about the phone calls that they'd received from her over the last few weeks while I'd been working with her and running music sessions. And I'm quoting, they said, "It feels like we got our mother back," which I think was super sweet.
Ageism is a huge problem in our society. It's one of the least understood of all the prejudices, and one of the things we need to do to combat ageism is have more intergenerational activity, connections, but also bring older people, their stories, their very diverse experiences and stories into the limelight and celebrate them, and that's what this program does.
One of the men I've been getting to know actually plays harmonica, but he didn't want to say that, but his wife visited and told me that he's got a harmonica in his room and he was very shy about it. I would love to capture that.
All 4 of our musicians said that they learnt new skills on this program, that they developed a deeper understanding of life with dementia, they developed a deeper understanding of what it meant to be an older person, and all 4 of our musicians said that they also increased their personal and creative confidence as well.
You crossed the floor.
You know, how we treat older people now, how we treat those in aged care, the value we place on the quality of aged care is how we will be treated when we're older, and the type of care we will receive. And we need to make changes on the ground so that people living in aged care are treated with respect, with dignity.
I came back on Christmas Day to say hi to them all. I brought them cards and things, and I've been back for a sing-along, and I'm going back this month. Yeah, it's nice to see them. It's lovely to talk to them, and we reminisce about the 5 weeks. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I thought it would be great, but I didn't think that I'd still have connections with them, and especially making music about it. It's like connecting on a much deeper level than conversation. But yeah, I just enjoyed it a lot, and I want to continue doing things like that.